Citizens of Monson, I'm Michael Fitzpatrick, and I have the pleasure of serving as a volunteer participant in promoting the election of Tuesday, June 13th, from Monson. We're delighted to have the benefit of M-PACT once again, promoting a greater awareness of the voters for the candidates who have opted to make an introductory type presentation, which will all be part of the program that follows. The election, as I mentioned, is Tuesday, June 13th at 8 to 8 at the Memorial Town Hall. Also, a special word of thanks here to Aaron Carpenter, who is the producer of the program that follows, and the support staff here at M-PACT, who have been very cooperative and professional in all previous contacts and interactions. That they include Bruce Hendricks, Ryan, who's behind the cameras right here, and Sarah, who's behind the computer back right around the corner. In any case, the candidates for office will share some background information. We try to make this a comfortable opportunity to have people in a non-pressured environment share information that you as a voter will find useful and helpful in making a decision on June 13th. I'd also like to promote the fact that the local Democratic Town Committee is having a function on June 10th, on Saturday, in the evening. And although that's a given political party, the Democratic Town Committee in Monson has regularly invited all people running for office to be part of that event. It's possible that M-PACT will include a little insert relative to more specifics on that program. As we look at the calendar, should the program be released in time, on May 29th, we have the Memorial Day Parade and obviously the recognition at the Veterans Cemetery for the flags, recognizing and honoring those who gave their lives so that we can enjoy the freedom that we enjoy. So we do encourage citizens to take advantage of the opportunity to vote. It's unfortunate that the turnouts in many local elections have been less than robust, to say the least. So please take advantage, please use your given right, and please make a determination who you think can best help the community moving forward. Thank you and best wishes.
Hello, Monson. As you may know, I'm running for select board here in Monson. I have lived in Monson for my whole life. The biggest question I get is why? Why am I running for select board? I'm running for select board because I believe it is time for a change. As you may know, the select board is a mess. We need new blood on the board. So we need someone who will fight not just for a certain group, but someone that will fight for everybody in this town. I want to fight for everybody in this town, no matter sex, race, etc. We need some positive change in this town. We need to come together and defeat the hate that has taken over in this town. I stand here today to make a promise that when I am on the board, we are going to put away all that hate and we are going to make change in this town. Let's talk about my experience. Some people believe that I don't have enough experience to be on the select board. What's your definition of experience? Let's talk about stuff that I've done over the years. For Monson, back when I was 14 years old, they wanted to end the lacrosse program here in Monson. I went to a few meetings and talked in front of a few boards, and I stood up for what so many kids now enjoy on the lacrosse program. When I was 17, I joined a committee called Citizens for Rail that fought for a line from Springfield to Boston with a spot in Palmer. Having the rail will not just help Palmer, but it will also help Monson just as much. I also have worked over 18 political campaigns and interned for former Senator Eric Lesser. I've seen how government works firsthand. Then 2 years ago, I was on Pathfinder School Board during COVID, and I ensured that Pathfinder stayed safe. I love this town, and for the past few years, it has become a very toxic in our local government. Let's continue the momentum and bring back the board that will be there for Monson. Folks, let's vote on the 13th for positive change. Let's vote for new blood in this town. Let's vote for peace and equality. Let's vote for Anthony Allard to make a change in this town on which it needs. Thank you, and I hope I have your vote Tuesday, June 13th.
Hi, I'm Mary Hall, and I'm running for re-election on the Select Board. We're in trouble, not just here in Monson, but in our country, our world, and most importantly, in our homes. I still have faith that there is enough heart left in us that we can fix this on every level, but we have to start in our own hearts. When we can be honest with ourselves, we can then have honest conversations with our families, our friends, our neighbors, and so on. When I look at the last 3 years of our world occurrences, it amazes me. As our government mandated us to put masks on our faces, instructed us to report on our fellow man who is not complying with this mandate. I was on the Board of Health when the town and Select Board requested that we make the officers of the PD agents of the Board of Health. This would have allowed them to write tickets for up to $300 for person not wearing masks. After several meetings and a lot of raised voices, we came to the conclusion that it was not in the best interest of the community to enforce this policy. There was also a lot of raised voices when I fought to change our Veteran Services Program. I know our veterans and their families who are very happy that I was willing to take the pushback to not, when other people did not want us to update our services. Over the last several years, I have also kept our host agreement in play. The host agreement is an agreement the town makes with any cannabis organization that does business in the town. The town agreed to 3%, which is allowed by law. On several occasions, Select Board members have tried to end this agreement with the one cannabis facility that we have open. Why would we end a business agreement that will allow the town millions of dollars? The answer I received was because they have been good neighbors. I believe that there's been a lot of gaslighting about my intentions as a Select Board member. I would hope that anyone who has been paying attention has seen that even with all of the gaslighting that's going on, I have been working for you. Just because I'm not screaming about the injustices I'm seeing and I'm supporting people who feel they've been treated unjustly, I would do it for any one of you. Thank you, and I hope I have your support. And I'd like to close with a prayer. God, bless our little community and all those in it. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Pete Warren, and I'm running for Select Board on June 13th, 2023. My wife and I moved to Monson in 2016, and we enjoy the town very much. I retired 2 years ago, and I have been doing a lot of volunteering in town. Some of them are finance, Memorial Hall, Renovation Committee, Summerfest, and I've also done work for the elections. My background was in sales and management, and I had to negotiate with people on multiple levels to get projects done, to get the deal closed, whatever it took. And I believe that you have to be able to do that and not get all upset and hold a grudge to keep doing the job. So I have several visions for Monson. I believe that we would benefit greatly, and we're ripe for the ability to do some revitalization in town. And I don't mean build a high-rise on Main Street, and I'm not talking about Dollar General. What I'm thinking is that some of the old factory buildings, if we could start to populate some of those with maybe some light manufacturing, maybe some places to get training for technical trades. There's also quite a few properties down at the other end of Route 20, which I feel are ripe for commercial revenue that we could get. The whole purpose behind this, and one of the things I picked up on in the Finance Committee, was it's not that we have a tax issue. we have a revenue issue. Further revenue will help offset the taxes for all of us. And I think the town would benefit from that greatly. It's going to take a lot of planning. It's going to take a lot of negotiating and a lot of work, but it can be done. So if I'm elected on June 13th, I have 3 promises that I will make to you. I will treat the board and all town employees with respect. I will always act in the best interests of the town, and I will make decisions in good faith and without bias. So come out June 13th and vote for Pete Warren. Thanks a lot.
Hello, my name is Ron Erie, candidate for re-election to the Monson Board of Assessors. In addition to the Board of Assessors, I also serve on the Monson Senior and Disabled Tax Assistance Committee. Before retiring, I spent 37 years in the food service and hotel industries, including 20 as a correctional food service supervisor for the Connecticut Department of Correction. My wife Debbie and I moved to Monson in 2005, and to this day, wish we had come here sooner. In 2011, our house was damaged beyond repair by the June 1st tornado. The outpouring of support from the Monson community was beyond belief. It made our decision to rebuild a no-brainer. I have served on the Monson Board of Assessors since 2015, currently as chairman. The current members, along with the primary and assistant assessors, work extremely well together. I pledge, if re-elected, that I will continue to give fair and impartial consideration to every matter presented to the board. I humbly ask for your vote on June 13th so I may continue to serve the residents in the town that I love. Thank you for taking the time to view this message.
Thank you very much to M-PACT in producing this candidates forum for those people seeking election to the town of Monson town offices. I am Jenkins, and I'm running as a candidate for the Monson Board of Assessors in town elections on Tuesday, June 13th, 2023. Having worked in Monson for the last 36 years as your town collector, my background, experience, knowledge, and understanding of the internal operations of this board makes me uniquely qualified for the position. I have worked side by side with the Board of Assessors in coordinating, processing, and completing data for the billing of real estate, personal property, motor vehicle, supplemental, rollback, and other miscellaneous tax collections. With numerous boards of assessors over the years, I have great admiration and respect for the requirements of the position, its members, staff, and the responsibilities that are outlined by Massachusetts general laws on taxation. Continuing to be active as a retiree in the Massachusetts Collectors and Treasurers Association, I am currently serving a 3-year term as member of the executive board for the state's organization. Certified as a Massachusetts municipal collector for more than 30 years, I'm annually teaching classes at the University of Massachusetts for the Massachusetts Collectors and Treasurers Association. The week before the MCA school in August of this year, I will be teaching a class for the Board of Assessors Association at their annual school. The class is entitled The Valued Relationship Between Boards of Assessor and Municipal Offices. I'm very proud to be a graduate of Monson High School and American International College. Born and brought up in Monson, with ancestors coming to the town to work in the local granite quarry at the turn of the century. I have a strong vested interest in my hometown. Serving as a member of the Monson Bylaw Committee, the Tax Assistance Committee, Council on Aging, a corporator for the Monson Home for the Aged, and an original member of the Monson Tourism Committee. For over 25 years, I was a member of the Monson Rotary Club and served as its past president. At American Legion 241, I have been a member of the Women's Auxiliary. I'm also a member of the newly formed Patriotic Celebration Committee, honoring veterans and active military for their services to our country. I am serving now on the Finance Council for St. Patrick's Church, a founding member of the Monson Food Truck and Music Festival Committee, with all proceeds from this event going to Dana-Farber Research and other local charitable organizations in town. I ask for your vote of confidence in electing me to the Monson Board of Assessors. I certainly would appreciate the opportunity to serve you in this position. Monson is a place we all call home. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Karen Noti Valley. I'm running for the Monson School Committee to help maintain a stable educational environment and to help better position the Monson Public Schools for better success. My husband Keith and I have a 25-year relationship with Monson Public Schools. We are grateful that our 3 young adult sons were educated in Monson. We are so proud of them. They are wonderfully caring and hardworking young adults who serve or help others. One is in the military, one is a correctional officer, and one is in college studying criminal justice and addictions. We also have a daughter-in-law and 3 small grandchildren. We're grateful to the teachers in Monson who helped educate our sons and bus drivers who, when they were little, transported them to school safely. We have a blended family, having co-parented the 2 older boys with their mom. Due to our direct experience and longstanding involvement, I have a deep understanding of Monson Public Schools. I have been through our 3 sons' academic and athletic programs, music programs, MCAS testing, homework, extracurriculars, bus transportation, you name it, from kindergarten through 12th grade. I was here in Monson when the middle school opened. As nervous parents, we put our 5th graders on the bus for the first time with 12th graders. I was here in recent years when we consolidated the schools from 3 to 2. I cheered for our older boys at their soccer and basketball games and our youngest at band concerts. Most recently, our youngest was fortunate to be in Mr. Topham's band program from grade 5 to 12. With all of you, we lived through the pain and uncertainty of the pandemic. Our child was a sophomore in high school then, and like many of your children, he was less than thrilled to be stuck at home doing remote learning and missing out on time with friends. Our older sons helped their high school friends clean up from the destruction of the tornado. I know Monson. I understand our town, our children, our families, whether their children are enrolled in public school or they are homeschooled, whether they are attending Monson High School or they're going to other area high schools like Pathfinder. I know our educators and staff, bus drivers, superintendents, school committee members, and our tax-paying residents and so on. I am here for all of us. Young people truly are our future. I will center decision-making with the students always in mind, their safety, well-being, educational and social development, and their opportunities. I respect each parent's intensely personal decision on whether to enroll their child in Monson Public Schools or to homeschool. I care equally about homeschool children as I do those enrolled in public school. In any places where opportunities currently exist to support homeschool children, such as MIAA governed sports and extracurricular activities, I plan to continue to support. I also feel that communication between the district and families and community can be improved. Yes, of course, there's confidential matters that cannot be disclosed to the public, but when something happens like a lockdown or a well-respected educator leaves the district, it can be very unsettling for families and for the students. So a little communication can help squash that unhelpful speculation that sets off rumors at school and on social media. This cannot always be avoided, but again, squashing that speculation can help parents and families breathe a sigh of relief. I question the impact of level funding on the schools over the last decade and will look for proper funding levels in budget discussions. In talking about school budgets recently, I heard someone say that these are kids, they're not widgets, and I couldn't agree more. We must look at the bigger picture and ask ourselves, how do we take care of all of Monson's children, regardless of how they learn, where they learn, or with whom they live? As a school committee member, I will have a job to do to help achieve the mission and vision of Monson Public Schools, and I take that very seriously. We have to be sure that what we have to offer students in the community meets the dynamic needs of Monson's children and young adults, as well as the needs of our dedicated teachers and staff, as these needs constantly change over time. I will explore ways to reverse the declining enrollment and to keep Monson schools operating as is, to avoid regionalization. We must consider what the pandemic has taken away from school-age children of all ages. They've been through a lot and they need additional support and understanding. As a corporate regulatory consultant and with undergraduate degrees in legal studies and a Master of Business Administration, I am skilled and ready to listen, deliberate, and handle any of the business that comes before the board. Our 5-member school committee functions well. I attend meetings often, and I've been doing so for years. I'm stepping up to fill an important need in the community, and I'm not looking to make big changes. I'm looking to enhance the good work that's already being done. Many of you know me as a high energy, passionate, and enthusiastic individual. I'm always growing, learning, and contributing to Monson. I love to see children grow and succeed. If we haven't met yet, I hope to during the campaign or on election day. Please know I will always make the safety and well-being and opportunities for Monson's children the priority. I have a clear perspective to bring to the table, but I also admire the good work being done and how the school committee has functioned under difficult circumstances in recent years. I'm excited about stepping up and serving Monson in this role. You can count on me to serve ethically and compassionately. I humbly ask for your vote on Tuesday, June 13th.